Hi, welcome back. We're going to continue with working on our slab building. And so where we left off is here. We need a bigger slab to cut a piece of our pattern. So we're going to have to join two smaller slabs. We've already scored each side that we're going to be joining. And so now all I have to do is put on a little bit of slip. This is the only time you use slip. You do not use slip to smooth your clay. That's not a good idea to introduce more water into your clay. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to press these together and make sure if you are working on your desk you have a dry paper towel underneath, because if you don't, you're going to seal this right to your desk. So now I'm just going to take my fingers and push that seam together like that. And we have all kinds of fancy schmancy tools that I'll be showing you later, but we don't need those for this sort of thing. These are our best tools. Now we have to flip this over. So when you pick it up close to the seam, flip it over, and here again we need to do that same thing to that seam. We need to close it up. All right, doing good. Now I have a piece of clay right here that is going to fit my biggest pattern. And if you need bigger and bigger pieces of clay, you can just continue to add pieces and add pieces. So, the great thing about having your pattern is that you can cut all of your clay in a very short period of time. So all of it is about the same kind of moisture. And that's important. If you have different levels of moisture in your clay, you're going to end up with one side drying faster than the other. Okay, so there's my front part. Now I have all of my pieces cut. So I'm going to take these over here and I'm going to start joining up my building. I'm going to start with my base. Here it is. And this is going to be the bottom of this piece. So this is going to be the bottom part here. Now I have to score the back part on. I do want to tell you that it is going to be much stronger if you score on top than if you score on the side. So now I've scored both sides. Take a little bit of that slip, do one area, good. And now I'm just going to put this on, take my two hands and press it down. There we go. See, it stands all by itself right now. Now I'm going to put my two sides on. Whoops. Now the more you build, the sturdier this is going to be. So, just like always, I'm joining two pieces of clay. I have to score wherever that clay is touching. So, here I go. And I'm going to have to do one of the sides and the bottom. Need just a little bit of slip here and here. And I'm going to set this right on to my base. Again, just a little press there. And same in the corner. Please don't worry about the finish work right now. We're not there. We're not ready for any finish work. We're just putting together our piece. All right, I got another side to do. Notice when I'm working, when I had to score this section, I've got my hand back here to support it so that I'm not just pushing this right away. And that's, you're going to find it becomes very important as you continue to build, especially when you start to do your finish work. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and put some slip on there. And we're going to press this in too. All right. Oops. I want him a little farther to the edge. Now, all I'm going to do at this point is take my finger, and again, your fingers are the best tools. I have my hand in here right by the seam, supporting that seam, and I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to push that clay in. Not a lot of finish work at this point. I'm just kind of securing it. We'll do all of the finish work once we get it all built. But I want to make sure that it's nice and thick. And I'm going to do the same thing all the way around. I want these seams to be really, really strong. So what I'm going to do to reinforce them is make some very small little coils. Very small, like this. Think about the size of a worm. All right. Now, we're not really joining this clay, so we don't have to score it. What we are doing, here we go, is we're pushing it right into that seam. Now it's really important here to support this side. We're pushing it right in. So it's not being added. It's just being pushed right in. So you're pushing it into the bottom, you're pushing it into the side. Once you get it so it's nice and pushed in there, then you can take your hand and make a smooth line.